Hello, I am Ana Roqueza, facilitator of FranklinCovey CLCI in the Philippines. And today I'd like to share with you my story during this unusual and extraordinary times. Okay? For many of us, March 15 this year was a realization that things were going to change drastically. Although we had been hearing what was happening in Wuhan and in other parts of the world, COVID finally hit home. As I was going through hundreds of Viber messages, and I'm sure you were as well, some were hysterical, some were fake news, and some just were unsure of what was going on. I found myself reflecting about something that I used to teach to our new leaders in IBM Philippines. We all live in a VUCA world, a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. And as leaders, we taught them that it was important to embrace the dilemmas that we face and to flip this over into opportunities to be able to achieve success and happiness. How appropriate that learning is to the times that we face today. Day to day, we monitor the number of infections, recoveries, and deaths. Trends are not definite, and what seems to work for some don't work for others. First world countries and the affluent are not spared. There's no cure in sight, and this may be the situation for some months to come. Truly a worrisome situation that if we continue to focus on all that is going on, we may find ourselves being helpless and lost. But as I used to teach, it is at times like this that we need to embrace the dilemmas that we are in and find a way to flip them into opportunities instead. Being an advocate of Dr. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits gives me the roadmap that I need to be able to live in this new normal, or what I'd like to be the better normal for all of us. The VUCA world is scary, but by being proactive, I am able to stay focused on things that I can truly influence. I may not be able to stop the virus, but I can protect my home and everyone in it by following the hygiene guidelines and limiting exposure by staying home. I have stopped reading unvalidated news on social media, and instead I stick to reading only from reliable sources. Focusing on the facts allows me to explain the situation to my elderly father, who also tends to worry a lot about what's going on, and by explaining that, I get to feel calm as well. What I have been seeing during this time of lockdown is that focusing on my end in mind, I am able to spend more time on what is most important in my life, my family, my work, and my spirituality. To do this, I have given myself a routine that I follow, my daily private victories, as you might remember from 7 Habits. So even if we are all at home, I have started a routine and I stick to it, okay? And what happens is Mondays through Saturdays, I continue to wake up early to attend a 7 o'clock mass with my father. And then I join him for breakfast. I make sure to get dressed in ready to go out clothes, not because I will be going out of the house, but because it makes me feel energized and ready to complete my tasks for the day. I maintain daily schedules of work and non-work tasks, and usually my day will start at 9 in the morning and would end around 3 in the afternoon so that I can join my father for a game of dominoes, which he loves doing. My only excuse is if I have a class, then I won't play dominoes with him. I've started also facilitating online classes, something that I used to do before, and I think it's a great way of learning. We're able to reach out to a lot of people, and there's no physical distance issue or traffic. That's something I don't miss. And on days when I do not have classes or am not preparing for a class, I focus on learning something new. I look at AAP, if you're an AAP user from FranklinCovey, or other online learning. This is a great time to learn something new, something we didn't have time to do during the previous days because of our schedules. And I keep my weekends open. Okay, so I still have weekends. Although everybody says with work from home, every day feels like a weekend, I kind of separate that. And the routine helps me to do that because it puts some stability during such unusual times. Another activity that I've found so engaging and a plus for staying home is staying connected and reaching out to others beyond family and friends that you stay with. Somehow, our old world meant connecting physically, seeing each other, right? And my extended family reunions would only happen maybe at Christmas time and on birthdays. But today we Zoom every 2 weeks. Really so much nicer that we can get together for no special occasion at all, but really just to catch up with each other. I've also, at this time, selected a few people who live alone, and I choose to reach out to them. One of them is an aunt whose husband recently passed, and another is an old lady whose family got stranded abroad because of the lockdown, and so she stays alone with her caregivers. I make it a point to reach out to them. I call them 2 or 3 times a week just to say hello. You know what? It doesn't take much time, maybe 5 minutes max. They get tired of talking after a while. But the appreciation that I get from them for doing this truly makes me feel so good as well. And it's really worth spending that time. You don't want to make people feel isolated during a time like this. So reach out, find out who you can reach out to today, and just make that 5-minute call. During this time, I've also taken to engage in something that I truly love. You may want to engage in some hobbies that you never had time to do. Personally, I've given myself time to go back to cooking and baking. I really enjoy cooking food that my mom used to cook for us a long time ago, and trying new favorites or new recipes that become favorites. The gratification for doing things like that is instant when my family enjoys having the meal together. Also, engaging in well-being practices, be it meditation, exercising, or setting some prayer time, is also essential in my daily routine. Finding ways to help the less fortunate, even when they don't ask for it, also makes me feel good in terms of surviving through situations like this. Of course, we can't help but worry about things as well. I think that's normal, right? We're always used to being in control, and now we're not in control. So during this time, I give myself permission, okay, to think about things that I worry about. But then I talk to my friends, I talk to my family about this, and together we remember to focus on things within our circle of influence. And before you know it, the things that I used to worry about become insignificant. So as I end this story of mine, let's remember also to be grateful for everything that we have today. My new normal has allowed me to spend a lot of time with my family, particularly my husband and my children. We enjoy having meals together. We all work in the same location, of course, in different rooms. And we watch Netflix on Saturday nights. As a matter of fact, I've even gotten into some K-drama with my daughter. She's been convincing me to do that, and finally I did. She loves Chloe. I prefer Descendants of the Sun. Okay, I've actually watched it twice. So I recommend it for you as well. So as I continue to make sure that I learn something new regularly, whether it be at the workplace or in my kitchen, I also make sure I give myself enough time to sleep. So that's 8 hours of sleep for me. As I look forward to all and more, I see actually not just a new normal, but a better normal. And I'm blessed to be in this better normal world. I wish you all the best. Stay safe in this better normal. Bye.